How goes it, ladies and gents? Welcome to another episode of our podcast. And today we're going to be talking about two of the most popular teams in the league. Not really. We're going to be talking about the Timberwolves and the Cavs. And I feel like I can name more fans. I can't name.
Hindi rin. Hindi din.
Okay, so let's start. Let's start with the Timberwolves. Okay, so the Timberwolves, obviously not the best record. They ended with a 19-45 record, and they're lucky enough to have the number one pick in the draft. So let's start there. The draft is just a few days away. Viz, they have a few options there. They have LaMelo, they have James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards. They have Denny, a guy we talked about in our last episode. Where do you think they're going in this draft? Do they trade the pick?
Well, yun nga, di ba? May naririnig ako ng mga rumors na iti-trade daw nila yung number one draft pick for a win-now player.
Mm-hmm.
Di ba? Kailan lang meron silang win-now player kay Jimmy eh.
Trade nila for Jimmy Butler yung second pick. Pwede
First time
siguro,
nila playoffs in how many years, di ba? Nung since Garnett era, nag-playoff sila sa Tough West with Jimmy Butler.
Absolutely.
Tapos, yun nga, di ba, pinag-uusapan natin off-cam na sabi ni Jeff na sinisigawan ni Jimmy yung mga bata, yung mga... Feeling ko kasi, yun nga, sobrang close ni Tibbs saka ni Jimmy, di ba, meron silang relationship from Chicago. Na empowered him and enabled him to do that eh. Na hindi natanggap nila KAT, di ba? Kasi parang siguro, ewan ko, sabi nila, entitled daw yung mga bata ngayon.
Sensitive.
May pasaring pa sa mga... may pa ganun.
Hindi lahat. Hindi lahat. Kasi may mga iba naman na tinatanggap.
Shout out sa mga bata.
Hindi. Daming bata na cool na yun.
Hindi naman si Hero. Si Duncan Robinson, pare. Maganda yung response niya.
Bama de Bayo. Diba? I mean, it has to be... Kailangan meron ka rin ganung toughness in able to matanggap yung Jimmy Butler. Well, anyway, yun nga. Feeling ko pwede nilang i-trade yung pick if they want to eh. Kasi alam naman natin yung value ng number one pick eh. Dahil yun nga, I mean, kahit anong sabihin natin, it's still a good draft class na meron pa ring names dyan. Eh. Diba yun nga, sabi mo si Wiseman, si LaMelo, tsaka si Anthony Edwards medyo binebenta ni Dwayne Wade. So for me, they could go either way. Ako hindi ko alam yung mga moves nila kasi with their roster, parang kailangan nga nila ng isang veteran guy for them to be a playoff contender. They can't have another number one pick na project na naman kasi 'di ba sila Culver, I mean ang dami nilang projects eh.
Yep.
Si Towns ready to win eh, si D'Angelo 'di ba medyo gusto niya na manalo din ngayon. So I think magandang idea nga yung sinasabi nila na i-trade yung number one pick. Yeah. For Jimmy daw for Jimmy.
Balik ko lang.
Let's go to you, Jeff. What do you think is gonna happen here in the draft?
Yun yung mahirap kasi Wolves we don't know what they're gonna do. Medyo questionable yung moves sila the past couple of years, diba?
Yep.
So even if they keep the pick, kunwari, kunin nila yung pick, kuha nila pwede kasing gawin nila, they pick LaMelo, diba? And then play yung fan base para mag-grow yung fan base sa ticket sales sa Minnesota. Pwede nila gawin yun eh. So, and pwede rin sila mag-trade. And I know si KAT saka si D'Angelo are good friends with Devin Booker. Yung may click sila eh, diba? And they're trying to build that click. So, if they're able to pull off something like that, I doubt though. But if they are, why not? Kasi mukhang hindi uubra Viz yung sila mo na veteran. Kasi nga, we've seen that before. Yeah. Yung outspoken veteran, hindi yata gumagana kay Big Cat eh.
Tama. Dapat supporting veteran siguro na magaling pa rin.
That's true.
So, number one pick no? Hindi, ang hirap eh.
So, apparently from the rumors that I've been reading in the last 5 minutes, because I don't really read about the Timberwolves much. The rumors
may alerts ka nun, Buzo, diba? May alerts ka sa phone mo.
Wolves. Apparently they're open to trading down in the draft. So they're not so in love with anyone at the top of the draft. If ever they are in love with a pick, it's Anthony Edwards nga, tulad ng sinabi ni Viz, kasi in terms of how their roster is constructed, he fits in. You know, they have DLO, you have a point guard, you have KAT, and you have Anthony Edwards who can play the 2 or the 3. All right, so let's talk about their roster. Okay, so like I said, they have DLO, they have KAT, They have Malik Beasley, who's currently facing felony drug charges. So that's another episode altogether. They have Jet Culver, and they have your boy, Viz Okogie.
Okogie.
So given that roster, what type of guy do you think they'd be looking for? Who would fit next to KAT? Who would fit next to a DLO?
Kailangan talaga nilang ng isang scorer.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? Ng isang talagang bucket getter. For me, si Culver, I've seen him play, pero parang he's still a bit raw, no? Parang, tsaka he has an all-around game. He's not really that scorer type,
Mm-hmm.
Yun nga, sinabi mo si Malik Beasley din, which yun nga, meron siyang 5 years yata makukuha.
Mukhang 5 years, pare. Pati yung partner niya.
Pero when he got to the Wolves, bro, he was the one who was, parang he filled the role of the scorer. Kasi nga,
18 points a night.
Yeah, exactly. Ang galing ni Mike Beasley, ni Malik Beasley Kasi he can stretch the floor. He's a shooter. Talagang walang walang hiya sa threes yan Hindi nahihiya tumira yan. So, for me, it opened his game up nung nag-T-Wolves siya. So, he might be the key guy if he doesn't face anymore. Feeling ko naman, hindi naman matagal yung niyan I mean, baka naman mawala yung kaso niyan. Anyway, besides the number 1 pick na pwede nilang kunin nga si Anthony Edwards, na feeling ko good idea din. Kasi nga, sabi mo nga, they need a scorer.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they pick LaMelo, diba, hindi naman scorer si LaMelo. Tsaka, sabi ni Lavar, Detroit or ano lang daw, di ba?
Oo nga daw
New York.
Namimili
ka pa. Sure.
Mga bubble jackets niya So, malamig sa Minnesota, bro.
Similar to the last episode, let's say you're Gerson Rosas. Who are the vets you're looking for? I mean, if you target.
You get a kick out of this, right? They need tama din si Viz na may score, but I think si D'Angelo and KAT, they have enough scoring. Saka si Culver, diba? Okogie, scorers natin Ang kulang nila is a legit point guard. Kasi si D'Angelo is not a legit point guard.
Mm-hmm.
You know who would have fit best? Ricky Rubio, bro. Ricky Rubio. Apart from a point guard, kailangan din nila ng stopper. And they got James Johnson. That's his role.
Yeah.
Yun.
And you know who would have been a great upgrade? Jimmy Butler. But seriously, those are the two. Diba? Kasi if you want to build around D'Angelo and KAT, they're gonna get theirs all the time.
No doubt.
And that's what I noticed with D'Angelo. Hindi talaga siya point guard He's a point guard. He's a shooting guard caught inside a point guard's body or a built ng point guard. Combo guard, yeah. He's a scoring point guard.
And to jump off your point, Jeff, their defense has been terrible. Apparently, when KAT is on the floor, it gets worse. They match the record of the Cavs and the Washington Wizards when he's on the floor. So he makes their defense worse. So it'd be good for them to target guys that can play defense.
Pero good point si Jeff kanina na yun nga, kumuha naman sila ng mga feeling ko veteran presence tong si James Johnson for the future Hindi lang kinuha for this season.
For win now,
When they got him, they started to be competitive. Kinuha ko yan sa fantasy Bumaba si James Johnson bigla Yun yung napapatalo sa akin.
Let's jump to the next team. Okay, so before we jump to the next team, here's an interesting tidbit from The Ringer. So if the December 22 NBA start pushes through, that shaves not only the off-season, but for the window for free agents. So it'll be pretty interesting. It could start as soon as 48 hours after the draft. So that's going to be pretty crazy. So now we're going to be talking about another supremely popular team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, so before we get there, let's quiz Viz. Viz, name 5 players on the Cavs roster.
Dami kong kilala dyan, bro. Dami kong kilala dyan.
Yeah,
so, 10 pa yung name ko.
Sige, 10. Go.
Love, Drummond, Sexton, Garland, Tristan Kardashian, si Matthew Dellavedova.
Diyan
pa yun, di ba?
Nandun pa.
Si Zizits.
Yan.
Si Sexton. Si Garland.
Yan.
Nine.
Okay, good job.
Isa na lang.
Si Love.
Yeah.
Galing. Grabe. True fan.
Anyway, so let's get down to it. Going into the draft, they have the 5th pick. Viz, what do you think is gonna happen here? Cleveland.
Ay, lagi na lang ganyan yung mga pick ng Cleveland, no? 4, 5. I mean, dami na lang number 1 picks. Pero that's a bad sign, no? Saka sabi mo nga, di ba, na one of the parang most unpopular teams in the league last season.
Yeah.
Nakakaawa kasi the past 5, 6 years, they're in the limelight every year with LeBron, no? Yan yung makikita mo talaga sa madudulot ni LeBron sa team, ano? From like every day in the spotlight, biglang ngayon, nasa bottom ka na naman ng rankings. But anyway, LeBron na naman eh. Anyway,
Hindi na ako nagsasalita eh.
Pero yun nga, Drummond does a player option, so he can't let go of that big money to go elsewhere. So he's gonna opt in.
Stuck.
So ngayon, stuck sila kay Drummond, either iti-trade nila or... So they're like in a tough situation right now. Tapos 5th pick, so parang middle of the pack ng lottery. Yeah. Diba? So, they need to find the gem there again. Pero they have good pieces. I mean, meron naman silang mga bata na pieces which are good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yun nga, si Sexton, si Garland, si KP. Kevin Porter pala, nakalimutan.
KPJ.
Magaling si Kevin Porter. He's a scorer. And
that's true.
Matapang maglaro.
Si Tristan Thompson, free agent na, by the way.
Ayun
wala na ba siya sa Cavs?
Hindi, nandun pa siya. Pwede siyang i-resign. Of course, they'll try to resign him, but I don't think he would.
Wala.
So,
may bali-balita na nililigawan na ulit ni
LeBron no? LeBron
Kung naalala nyo, ang sweldo ni Tristan Thompson sa Cavs, I think he was signed for 3 or 4 years na like $12 million a year.
Pero clutch yan.
LeBron yan eh.
Si LeBron na yung... ngayon, syempre, sabihin ni LeBron, bro, ito, tig 1 million a year ka na lang. Pero dito ka muna sa akin.
Pinursyentohan ni LeBron yan noon. Sure na ako. Ganun yan si LeBron eh.
No? The rich Paul
effect. Clutch yan eh. Clutch sports, bro.
Pero ito, Jeff, tama si Viz eh. I mean, they drafted these guys, basically 2 years apart, diba? Collin, Sexton, and Darius, Garland. Medyo ill-fitting. I mean, obviously, talent's there. Pero I mean, yeah, what do you see happening here in Cleveland?
They need parang overhaul, but they do have the good pieces there, diba? They have sina Sexton, they have to pick between the two if you ask me. So kung Sexton or Garland, if they keep Sexton, for example, they can keep Larry Nance Jr. still there.
Good piece.
So Larry Nance is a good piece. So parang hindi medyo veteran na siya. And then you have guys like Jordan Bell. Who would have thought that he's still there? Jordan Bell. Yung mga ganyan. But then, diba, may mga combination ng bata, but then the vets really they have to go. Parang they have to be traded. Sina Drummond, Kevin Love, kailangan talaga nila bitawan. And I'm sure they will kasi medyo mabigat yung payroll ni Kev Love. Matagal na yata nilang gusto i-trade Viz, no? Pero walang kumakagat.
Ang hirap kasi i-trade ni Kev Love eh. Dahil nga he had like 2 to 3 years more of his contract eh, no?
Until 2023, yeah.
Ang hirap i-trade ni Kev Love, bro.
30 million a year? Holy crap.
Wow.
So, hirap maghanap ng papatol doon.
Oo.
Hindi ka pa sure sa kanya eh, no? kung gaano siya ka-effective pa at this point in his career, di ba? So, it's gonna be pretty difficult and that's pretty much it about the Cavs.
Pero, di ba, Zo, ito yung problema ng Cavs. They could have done the Miami route. I guess that's a good model kasi the same ginawa din ni LeBron sa Miami yan, di ba?
Yep.
Miami picked some young guys in Tyler Hero, di ba? Meron sila mga bata na Duncan, may mga gems sila nakuha. And the Cavs could have done that and then gotten or maneuvered to get a Jimmy Butler,
right.
Di ba? And that's hopefully what they'll do with these assets that they have now, ng mga Love, Drummond.
Jeff, ang hirap eh. Kasi imagine mo, si Pat Riley yung kausap mo sa Miami.
Yun lang.
Anong ipapakita ni Dan Gilbert dun? So, asa ka pa na may pupuntang free agent dun. So, yun nga, tama ka. Kailangan nilang i-trade yung sila Love, sila Drummond. Maybe for yun nga, expiring contracts and picks. Parang ginawa ng OKC kay Paul George.
Yeah, rebuild na, no?
Right.
Yun yung pinakamaganda nilang
actually,
pwede gawin.
Totoo.
What do you guys think? Let us know What do you think about the Cavs and what they're going to be doing? Please let us know. Leave a comment in the section below. And of course, please don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/BoyBasketPH.
Next episode, we'll talk about the
Jeff,
Hawks.
who's next?
And
Who's next?
So we'll talk about the Hawks and the Detroit Pistons.
See you again next week when we talk about the Hawks and the Detroit Pistons. Detroit basketball. Peace.
Let's go.